We have to rethink how we recreate the world for public transport and private vehicles. This is a change maker because you really got a digital twin. You get a package, you unwrap it, and you've got your car. So be proud of your city because you're coming up with solutions.
And now it's time to call on stage another legend from the industry. In the automotive world, Jan Kuenne has helped develop BMW's i3 and i8 models and guided Rolls-Royce's Dawn and AI implementation. Today, Jan works in disruptive innovation and regenerative economics with international startups and accelerators around the world. He bridges big ideas with practical solutions, the things that you can do and not just read about. At this summit, Jan will challenge us to rethink not just clean mobility, but also how we design systems that are livable, equitable, and future-ready. His perspective is peppered generously with decades of hands-on experience. I promise you, it will spark conversations that matter. Without further ado, please welcome on stage Jan Kuenne to deliver the keynote address at this Global Clean Mobility Summit. Welcome on stage.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.
Right, it's great to be here, back in Bangalore. Thank you, 3 years. Thank you, Mr. Shivalal. Thank you, Martin. He's somewhere, he's there in the back. So having me here, and a lot of people asking me in Europe, why do you go to Bangalore? I said, because of the traffic. So why? Because in the traffic in Bangalore, you've got thousands and thousands and thousands of people sitting stuck in traffic jams, thinking over how can we do that better? How can we make a real dent in the development? And that's what we see here in this Micelio community, coming together, great minds, bringing together solutions which are scalable, because if you can do it in India, you can do it everywhere. So I would like to take you on a journey. I'm from Grundig Akademie. Grundig is a name known in industry as well, for the entertainment industry, with the last man standing for Grundig in Germany, with the Akademie. So we are the place where transformative education is happening on one side, but education is not all. You have to have a launchpad for disruptive solutions. So we are bringing both together. All right, so this curve you know. It's an exponential curve. It's the NASA curve of CO2 emissions, and we were hitting in this June 430 ppm. And it's an exponential growth, and in exponential times, if you improve incrementally, you fall back exponentially. Just get this for innovation. If you improve in exponential times incrementally, step by step, you fall back exponentially. So that's not the way to do it. So let's check this. What we have to do is we have to draw that curve down. And what about transportation? We all know transportation is adding 14%. Now it's actually growing up to 15% of the greenhouse gases globally. Transportation as such. And it's growing. And there's a need for transportation. We shouldn't argue that. There's a freedom of mobility. There's a need for transportation. So we really have to rethink how do we recreate the world we're living in. Is there a way to do that? Yes, there is. But that's a tough one. It's a really, really tough one. So there's a study of McKinsey, and to reach the Paris Climate Agreement, we have to reduce our GHG emissions to 2025 by 86%. Just draw that in for a minute, 86%. And there are different leverages we have. So we have to look for clean mobility without any emissions. We have to have some sort of bridge technology in place. We have to have a green supply chain. We have to have green energy for this. And we have to reduce mobility at the same time. So there's a challenge. There's a real challenge for us to be solved. So how do we do this? This is how we do it at the moment. So you see the highway number 6 to Palo Alto, out from San Francisco, where our garage is. And you're still using cars and trying to get there. You see Lagos, you see the biggest traffic jam in history in China. You see parking lots full of devices sitting there for 23 hours and no one is using them. So it's a mess. It's a real mess. Now you think, okay, the solution is public transport. Now this is how public transport looks like. You get squashed into a metro line, you try to get into a bus, you're hanging on a train, or you see a deserted bus station that's from Germany, because there's no bus services anymore. So really, we are trying hard, but obviously we don't get there really. When you look at megacities deployment, what's happening there in megacities, people are getting very, amused about leisure. They really like the culture. They like the hospitalities there. I like the breweries in Bangalore too. So, you like this area. But the real pain point for cities, megacities, is traffic, mobility. You see it. So 42%, and that's a good message, 42% who are commuting on public transport, traditional transport, they want to shift. On the other side, 37% of the commuters with private vehicles want to shift. So there's a sweet spot for a market. So obviously something is happening here. We're not delivering the right things to the right people. We have to rethink how we recreate the world for public transport and private vehicles. And it doesn't make any sense to add more traffic to a street. And it doesn't make any sense to add extra buses to the street. So we really have to rethink how we do this. And this is what we are doing in exploring the world, with an explorer mind. What is happening? What kind of solutions are around? How can we deploy them? How could they applicable for each city? The core question is, delighted or not delighted? That is the question. So this is just a picture out of my hotel room on the left-hand side. I was trying to get to Joe's place. That's the footpath over there. So obviously we have to do something on it. But how do we do this? So there is a tool, and I would really like you to invite that. There is a tool by MIT called the MIT Cityscope. What do you do with the MIT Cityscope? You bring citizens together around a model of your neighborhood, and you start to rethink, how do we recreate our region here? How do we have our shops there? How do we do transport there? How do we introduce bike lanes? And you simulate them. But you don't have to go actually to MIT. You can go to Bangalore. Because here in Bangalore, and that's why I'm coming here, and I'm taking your solutions from India to the globe. This is one of the solutions we're having. Together with the Arcadis Group and the Traffic Police Department, there's a real working digital traffic twin in place in Bangalore. And what you can do there, you can measure the consumption, you can see the emissions, you can map the metro lines, you can map the bus stations, you can map the public transport, you can map the private transportation, bring them together and start to simulate. What if we can bring in new mobility solutions into this? So this solution is here, made, done, developed in Bangalore. I just showcased that yesterday to a city called Wolfsburg. Does Wolfsburg ring a bell? Volkswagen, right. So we were showcasing that to Wolfsburg, and they were saying, holy moly, this is really a change maker. This is a change maker because you really got a digital twin, a really working digital twin. All the others I saw before are labs. This is action, it's there. So be proud of your city because you're coming up with solutions and using them. Please join this bandwagon on this one with Astron. Another company, and this is now I'm coming back where I'm from, Bavaria. So this is Bögel. This Bögel company is a construction company. They were building roads. All over Germany, you know the Autobahns. That's where they make their money. And Mr. Bögel, Max, he came around and said, this is not the way we should do it. We have to find different solutions. So suddenly this road construction company moved into mobility solutions, and they're providing the Bögel mega transport system. It's a megalev. Of course, it's not a replacement of a metro, but it's a supplement to it. So think of maybe through the airport, you don't build these huge metros, but you have a megalev there with high speed. Germany developed this technology, and the Chinese loved it, and they implemented it in Shanghai. Now, it's a reduced version of this one, easy to implement. And you see the price tag on it. It's 30 million per kilometer. It's much less than a traditional metro. Another one is this one, you see on the left-hand side, not really very clear, Forest North. That's a good friend of mine from Silicon Valley. He's member of Tesla, number 50, so in the very early stage. And he said this story of the Cybertrucks is not going to solve the problem. So he developed together with his team the Telo EV trucks. The Telo EV trucks are the space size of a Mini, but providing the space of a truck. This is what we have to find, to have new solutions on the space. And actually they just got the second round of financing in, and one of the co-founders of Tesla is investing into that heavily. So that's another story. Let's check this one. Okay, this is Leitner. Leitner, they're building cable cars. We in Germany and Europe, Switzerland, we love cable cars because they're bringing us up to the ski slopes. But hard luck. Due to climate change, the snow is reducing, and we've got a lot of spare cable cars. Now Leitner came around and said, what if we can use them differently, these cable cars? Not bringing skiers up in the mountains, but using them for public transport. Why not? What if in Whitefield, in one of the tech parks, or in Electronic City, you sit there, you're all coming out at 5 o'clock, and you're trying to get to the metro station. So what if there is a cable car bringing you to the metro station, you're entering in there, delight or not delight, that's the question, and then being on the metro. And then at the last mile delivery, same story, you get the cable car to your real estate development, and now here comes the nice story, and add that to a scooter which is driving autonomously to bring you back home. What if? It's there. The technology is ready. Talking about technology which is ready. Coming back to MIT where I studied. So we had this project there of what if we have autonomous bicycles? Why? No. Well, we have all these bike sharing, especially in China, and most of these free-floating bikes are ending up where? In the garbage. Because they're thrown away, they're dumped somewhere. They're all over the place. So what if the bike is coming up to you while you rent it, you take it, you ride it, and then you get off the bike again, and it goes automatically, autonomously to the next customer. So you can reduce the fleet sizes, you reduce the dumping, and you increase, the user interface, the enjoyment of mobility. Delight or not delight, that's the question. The technology is there, so the first one who wants to jump into this one, I know the bike paths in Bangalore are a bit rough, but maybe we'll find other places to deploy this. Talking about autonomous vehicles. You don't have to look for Tesla. You don't have to go to Israel. You don't have to go to China. It's happening here in India. Autonomous driving, level 4-5, done in Bhopal with my dear friend Sanjeev. Riding autonomous vehicles, level 4-5, on Indian roads, under Indian road conditions. Level 4-5. I was in April again in the car. It's the proof of concept. I was there. I did it. I'm still here. It's working. Cows rickshaws, tuk-tuks, three-wheelers, two-wheelers, whoever wants to whatever. Who's really applying to traffic rules? It's working. It's there. So please be proud of your developments. Bring them to the world. And we are bringing them to Germany. We are bringing them to Europe. We are bringing them to the US. So Swire Roberts, please check the videos. They're crazy. And it's happening. It's real stuff. Another story we're on, it's atomical, and it's basically parking on beacon. Maybe you are from Bangalore here. Who's from Bangalore? Yeah, you know maybe beacon protocol, Namayatri. So this is it. In the Netherlands, we've got parking on beacon. So having to discover parking space, order, fulfill, post-fulfill, and restructuring the parking infrastructure, combining them with a metro ticket so you can go seamlessly on public transport. Delight or not delight, that is the question. Another one is Ilej from Slovenia. So we're working in Slovenia as well, and that's actually where I met Jos. I think nearly 10 years back, being his Uber driver, we went together to a conference, and he said, you should come to Bangalore. Now we are bringing Slovenian solutions, in-wheel motors. They actually applied into Aptera, the last standing car, which is totally running on solar energy. And the motor for this is the very efficient in-wheel motor, so check that out. Another one, IKEA for cars. Now think of IKEA for cars. You know, you get a package, you unwrap it, and you've got your car. Lovely is doing that, now financed actually by Stellantis. You know, self-adopt your car, and then you start driving. What we do is we're taking it to Tanzania, to the country with the highest EV population in Africa, by the way. So whoever wants to join the market here, let's do that together. We do that with Lovely. And what we're doing here, and I'm really looking forward to this joint journey, we are deeply into high voltage trainings. We do that with a big partner together in Europe, and we would like to do that together with you here in India, because you know, if you work around on a battery, it's a totally different one as you have a normal combustion engine and now having an electric car. Another company we were bringing in here too, Bangalore, it's now from Israel. Michael will speak later on today as well. He's combining freewheeling and recuperation. It's I think, a skyrocketing technology down on Earth to increase the efficiency. And we're working on new solutions globally. And this is because we are on the Global Clean Mobility Summit. The vessels, they are adding a lot, the big ships are adding a lot of CO2 to the atmosphere. Now we're working together with a company who are changing the world there. And they're changing the metals. They're changing the metals to capture CO2 in post-combustion capturing. And this metal, they change, it's called reticulochemistry. 1 gram of this material has a surface of a soccer field. Now you can think of how much atoms you can capture with this one. This company is called Atoko. And by the way, there's one more thing. Just last week, this company was winning the Nobel Prize for chemistry and for providing this technology. And you can do that for post-combustion capture. You can do that for hydrogen and for water. So please reach out. It's a Nobel Prize technology which is already applicable in industry. So that's what we do as Grundig Akademie. We've got an ecosystem. We would like to invite you on this ecosystem. Together, we can build bridges to shape the future of global clean mobility. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kuenne. I'd like to call you back on stage, please. And thank you so much for succinctly allowing us to visualize everything that's possible. And the fact that you tied in everything that Bangaloreans who are constantly battling traffic can expect. I truly appreciate you for inducing us with the optimism. I'd like to call Mr. Shreyas Shibulal on stage to please offer you a token of appreciation. Sir.
I think we should do that.
Thank you once again. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Shreyas, and thank you, Jan.